Hey guys, my name is Oshun the Great, and some of you guys might be wondering what the hell is this girl talking about. Today, I am talking about owning your vagina. Now, obviously, this video is geared towards women. My women followers are just women who might stumble upon this video, or maybe your guy just wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But owning your vagina, and I mean this in many different ways. We still live in a society that has a lot of medieval thinking towards women. A lot of society still can't accept our bodies. They still tell women what to do, what to wear, what to do with their body, with the babies that they have, when and where to have sex. A lot of things are still out of our control. And sometimes um, society, once we're born and we're born with this vagina that we have, sometimes we can be taught shame from a very young age. We're taught that by very subtle ways that we were always taught is the right way for a woman to act or be. And it can be things such as they make you feel bad about your body, and they make you cover up at a really young age. They over sexualize our bodies very young. So once we start developing curves or boobs or ass, whatever the case may be, they start saying, okay, you need to cover up. And that is where slut shaming and everything came about, because not only did men start believing that women who don't respect themselves need to don't cover up, women started believing the same thing and treating each other badly too, because something as natural as having curves and not only that, but if we want to show those curves or are naturally gifted, God, what God created, a lot of times it's deemed as negative. But what I mean by own your vagina then is you're born with a vagina, but it's not bad to be a woman. A lot of times we still are disconnected from our vaginas from the rest of our body, meaning we accept the rest of our body before we do our vaginas, because sometimes it's still deemed nasty or a bad thing to have a vagina, or uncleanly from all the religious beliefs and all these beliefs, even now to this day, because people are so ignorant of the anatomy of a woman, because no one for a long time didn't give a fuck about a woman's anatomy. They just would rather write it off as bad. So we still carry a lot of that conditioning, even though it's 2018. So now what I mean by own your vagina is just recognize that you have a vagina and be happy and proud of that shit. And usually we can do that by things like masturbating, like understanding that masturbating isn't only for men. Really, it's a big deal that we need to learn how to pleasure ourselves. For example, we need to know what we like in bed, what types of partners we want, things like that. We shouldn't leave it to the unknown or leave it to this masculine society to decide that what we should and shouldn't do to our body. So I feel like owning our vagina, or owning our sexuality in every sense of the word, so the curves, the boobs that we come with, these are not negative things. Like, our boobs breastfeed children that only we can create. Stuff like that we have to start thinking in. Women are the only humans that can give birth, and that's a big deal, to give life. And I feel like we sleep a lot on that kind of that fact, because men can't do that, but a lot of times we are considered lesser than, unfortunately. But if you think about it, God gives life, and woman is next to that. Like, women was gifted the ability to give life. So even if you can't own the anatomy itself, just knowing that being a woman itself is great in itself. And we really have to learn how to own feminine energy in general, for out of respect for nature. So initially, women are more intuitive, more beautiful than men, more appealing to look at, more smarter even. And I don't think we give ourselves and other women enough credit. We rather be competitive or downplay ourselves and other women. But to own our vagina is to own not only like our sexuality, not the organ itself, but also the fact that, you know, being a woman comes so many great things. It's actually powerful to be a woman. But for so long, masculine energy or men or whatever the case may be, the hierarchies that are so masculine driven have taught us that women are weak, when really it's in everything that they say women shouldn't do. That is where our power lies. That is where we need to take back our own control, our own power. So when they're telling us all day, every day what to do with our vaginas, how to shave it, how to cover up, we really need to be taking that power back into our own hands. Not to say that some women, they might like the rules that are in place right now, but the whole point is for us to have control over that, not giving it away to someone else to just decide. But a lot of it is unlearning the conditioning that being a woman doesn't automatically equate evil. And believe it or not, that's been taught for so long. Look at Adam and Eve. Every religion always treats women as if they're evil, as well as children as if they're evil, as if they're like sin. And a lot of times I talk about uncovering, and I know a lot of women may not be comfortable showing their skin. The reason I talk about that is because a huge thing for a long time has been covering up as a woman, because I feel like man has noticed that the power, some of it does reside in our physical attributes, meaning we can stop traffic, we can make a man get in an accident because of how we look, our curves, how our dresses fit us. Things like that. Like, some of our power lies in our physical attributes that men just simply do not have. All our curves are really that we need to embrace. It's very powerful. It's not meaning you have to show it off skin wise, even maybe just get more fitting clothes, stuff like that. But it's really power. It's really, and some women have been taught to not embrace that power because it's bad, it's too sexual or overly, you'll be doing too much. But really, that is where our power lies. If we understand how to be comfortable in that energy, especially in this over-sexualized world, which has made it, which was made that way, it really is something to utilize that to your advantage. Why not? It's like, if you live in such a masculine world, our power lies in that. It's like finding a way to work through the matrix in a way, if that makes sense. But so owning your sexuality is what I mean by owning your vagina. So your boobs, a lot of us have problems accepting our boobs, our nipples. Again, it's been taught like it's a bad thing. Some of us just think it's a burden to be a woman. Even we can go as far as like owning our periods. It sounds crazy, but like, be happy about that shit. Like, don't complain about it, because it's like, it's actually a gift. A lot of gifts can feel like a curse in itself, but we really have to start honoring feminine energy, the goddess in ourselves. And because we are a direct reflection of the goddess in everything we do and everything we say, we just are automatically in goddess energy. But a lot of times we are taught to be taken out of our feminine energy or deny it. Its power. The fact that we're just softer or that we're more intuitive, these are things to be used, not to be ashamed of, or even our feelings. Everyone want to complain like how women are too emotional or whatever the case may be. And a lot of this is stereotypical, so not every woman acts like this. But we can own the feeling that it's a reason why we're more emotional, more in tune, and we should really start paying respect to not accept these things within oneself or other women too. Our uniqueness, our own unique beauty, playing that beauty up in our mind, how smart we are, sharpening all these things, our health, our beauty, our mind. The more we deny this and not play up these attributes, I feel like, not just physically, but like basically honoring the gift you've been given to be a woman or be in womanhood, be a part of the feminine energy more directly than men. I feel like it's a slap to the goddess energy itself. And a lot of that can be taken away or played down. Or if we stop slut shaming, we start honoring how each woman wants to dress or present themselves, bring each other up, not try to like, make each other so masculine. Honor the goddess in each other. But yeah, that's my little input of owning your vagina, I guess. Hopefully this makes sense to someone. But really it's about woman empowerment and accepting the fact that you're a woman, because a lot of us don't want to accept it because there's always something, it seems like, bad that comes with being a woman. But don't let your gender limit you by any means. Just accept um, the body you've been gifted, who you are, and allow that to propel you forward, not hinder you. So it doesn't mean you have to be this stereotype of what a girl is. Obviously, you can do just what guys do or whatever, but it's still honoring, the gift you've been given. But yeah, be dope, be you unapologetically. Peace.